Welcome back to the Trad Nurse Podcast. This is episode 31, where we believe nursing care should be rooted in tradition, common sense, and advocacy. Tonight we have a controversial topic, but it's one we see constantly at the bedside. We are taught that high cholesterol equals statins. End of story. But what happens when the cure makes the patient feel worse than the disease? Today, I'm sitting down with Mike Abramowitz. Mike was prescribed a statin for elevated cholesterol. He made a radical decision. He refused the doctor's prescribed statin. Against his doctor's initial advice, he chose to fight his cholesterol with a fork and a pair of walking shoes instead of a pharmacy medication bottle. Mike, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you. Well, I'm glad to be here. Very glad to be here.
So let's start from the beginning.
Yeah.
You went in for a routine checkup.
Yes.
I'm assuming you felt fine. What happened?
They took my blood pressure and everything and checked my cholesterol, and it came back that my cholesterol was very high. I can't remember the exact numbers, what it was, but according to the doctor, it was like heart attack risk, and that's when he prescribed the statin, and but when I looked into it, I found out the side effects were worse than the cure for the cholesterol. So like you said, I told him, no, I'm not going to do that.
Do you know which statin he was going to prescribe for you?
No, I don't know which one. This statin, I looked it up and I saw all the bad things about it.
Got it.
And that's when
I have another question. Did the doctor talk to you about diet or exercise or lifestyle changes first?
A little, no. Not very little mentioned about that. He was really wanting me to take the statin, thinking that was going to be the big cure for the whole thing. And I know when I found out.
Did you have a history of high cholesterol before he offered?
No, not up until that point, no. Not at all.
You basically made the call that you were not going to take the statin. And so I'm going to play devil's advocate here. You went against the doctor's orders, against medical advice. Explain to me what your plan was, because you didn't just ignore your cholesterol.
No, right. What I wanted to do is find out other things besides that. Is there any safer ways of helping my cholesterol, like dieting better? And also found out there's K2 and beetroot could help with that. And that seemed was safer than the statin. And so I've been taking that now ever since for the past couple of months. I take that every day, once a day now, and eating better, watching what I eat, being careful to a point.
What is the K2?
K2 is a vitamin that, from what I do know about.
Is it a potassium? The potassium?
I should have done my homework on that a little better, but I do. It says it helps the cholesterol, helps fight the high cholesterol.
Okay.
Yeah, and same with and I happened to actually be in the grocery store one day, and somebody ran over to me and said, "Oh, I heard you got high cholesterol. You should try beetroot." And so I bought that right away, and pretty much the same time as the K2, and I've been taking them every day.
So you're taking K2 and beetroot.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Let me go back to how much do you feel that your doctor's explanations of your risks, like this is what high cholesterol, there's a risk of not taking a statin versus the benefits resonated with you? Like, did anything feel missing from that conversation?
Yes. Yes. He was, I think, pretty much one-sided the conversation was. He was trying to push the statin, and when I mentioned that I read about the side effects, he didn't really go on to go. He wanted to push the statin, say, well, you're going to have more troubles if you don't take the statin, and with your cholesterol, you're going to cause heart attack and this and that. But at the same time, for example, when I read about how bad the statin was, one of the things I read about that it can affect your liver. And it can also cause type 2 diabetes, be the cause of that. And it can also cause weakness, headaches. And I'm like, wait a minute. So basically, he was trying to make a trade-off. Okay, we're going to try to keep the high cholesterol from killing you, but we're going to give you this so something else can kill you instead. Basically what the impression I got from him.
Yeah, I've noticed everyone is on a statin these days. I've been a nurse for 25 years. No one was on a statin. Also, the levels of cholesterol have changed.
Mm,
What was high cholesterol 20 years ago was is not high cholesterol. Um, would be considered high cholesterol
mm,
today. It does seem a little bit of doctors pushing this,
mhm,
and from the patients I've talked to who are on it, they don't feel like their cholesterol gets better,
mm,
and there are all those side effects that you can read online that
right, yeah,
scare anyone would scare anyone if they were to look at those side
right.
effects.
Oh, yeah.
So did the doctor tell you about the side
No,
effects?
I had to find them out for myself.
You had to look it up yourself. So basically, what I think a lot of patients do, they go into their doctor's office, they get the blood work. He says, "Oh, you're of high cholesterol. This could cause a heart attack.
Right.
Let me put you on a statin."
Yes,
And then they never come off the statin,
right.
and they don't question the side effects. So let me ask you, many people worry about being on medications for life.
Mhm.
Did that play into your thinking?
Yeah, it did a little, yes, it did a little, because there was nothing in the conversation either. It's like, "Oh, you only have to take this for a month or 2." No, it was like he didn't expect he made it sound like it was gonna be a long-term thing. And then again, to repeat again, when I read about the side effects, I'm like, "Yeah, this I'll probably be gone in about 10 years if I start taking this now or less," from, everything else from the side effects that it causes.
Right. You listed off some of the side
Yeah.
effects. You don't happen to have the list of all of the side effects, do you?
No, I don't, unfortunately. But those are the ones that
And then
those are the ones that stood out in my mind
those
that when I especially the
those
liver,
are ones that the liver, and I've heard
type the
some people
diabetes.
develop Alzheimer's.
Oh, memory loss, that's another one. Mm.
So what were some of the symptoms you were experiencing when you went into the doctor's office? Do you remember what you were experiencing and why you went to the doctor?
Yeah, I was feeling like a cold or something, whatever it is, and it just wasn't going away. And so, he had me do like a wellness check anyway with my blood pressure,
Those
the cholesterol check, everything, the whole 9 yards. And yeah, and that's when it came up for the it also was having like a little trouble breathing, which was caused from something else totally, not cholesterol related. Causing my breathing issue was my spinal column's crooked from scoliosis, and it's gotten worse through the years, and it's resting on one of my lungs. Is what found out way after that visit with the doctor. So, but between the breathing and not to feel like the cold, everything, I went to the doctor and that's how I got the whole thing with the cholesterol going.
So you didn't even go in for heart issues. You were
No.
going in for more respiratory, cold-like
Yeah.
symptoms.
Yep. Yeah.
He's like, "But let me get you a statin."
I know, I'm not a fan of that.
I love that you are going in a more holistic, natural route. That's how I approach everything for my personal health. And in nursing care, I believe it's rooted in tradition, and the natural healing methods that God gave us, we should always use
Mm,
first. And so I love that you are thinking about that for your own health
mhm.
and well being. Like, what specific are you doing differently now that you are looking at diet and lifestyle
Oh,
changes? Do you have specifics, certain foods you're cutting out?
I'm actually eating pretty much some of the same stuff still, but not as much as I was. I'm not indulging as much as I used to, as much. Like, I'll still have, say, like, a bowl of ice cream. I used to do, like, 2 or 3 bowls a day, but now I'm only 1 a day. Nope, now I'm waiting until tomorrow. Maybe I'll have one, maybe I won't. Still eating, like I said, the same things, but I'm spreading them out better, less of the amounts of what I used to eat. And, and it also, again, taking those K2 and the beetroot. Since I've been doing that, I've actually been having more energy, feeling a lot better. I actually
Good.
can't wait to get my cholesterol test again to see what the numbers are. Yeah. I'm feeling, so much better than before.
Yeah, I hope it is. I have read that actually a healthy amount of cholesterol is good for your
Yeah.
brain health,
Mhm.
and that is in fats. Fatty food is actually good for
Mhm.
your brain and your cholesterol. I eat a keto diet, which is very high
Yeah.
in fat, high in protein. I feel great.
Yeah.
What about any other lifestyle changes, exercise or anything different?
Yes, I'm walking a lot more. Well, winter up here in Vermont right now, I've been doing a little less walking with all the snow on the ground. But what I started doing right before all the snow came was, I was going down to a town nearby. I was walking around the park. I would do like several laps around the
Nice.
park, and I'm going to be starting that
Nice.
back up again now that the weather's coming. I'd be walking up and down the road here where I live, and um,
Well, you've probably shoveled a lot of snow with all the snow you've gotten in Vermont.
oh yeah, I got more muscles now in my arms.
That's that's exercise
Yeah.
in itself. So, okay, so that's good. You're
Yeah.
exercising more.
Yes.
The secret, it sounds so easy, but the secret really to a good health is discipline. It requires discipline. You first started changing your lifestyle choices and diet. How long did you notice the changes in your body?
Oh, okay. It took a few weeks, about 3 to 4 weeks.
A few,
Yeah.
3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So I guess the big question, what did your doctor say at your next follow-up visit and when you told him you were not going to take the statin?
Oh, that was an interesting day. When I told him I wasn't gonna take it, he looked a little disappointed that, "Oh, you shouldn't be doing this to yourself," kind of a look. But, then I reminded him and said, "Yeah, those side effects, though, are worse than what I'm taking it for." And it says, yeah, I don't wanna have basically, I don't wanna try to take something to help one thing and have that cause something else to go bad and kill me that way instead. I don't wanna make a trade-off like that. Yeah, so
Yeah,
and I told him no. And then he said,
good.
"Well, have a good day," and he walked out. Pretty much,
He didn't
basically.
he didn't fire you as a patient? Well, good for you.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you stood up for yourself.
Yeah,
And that's the power of metabolic health versus symptom management.
right,
You know your body best.
right.
Mike, I just want to say thank you for sharing this because I'm turning to the listeners out there that are going to hear this. The takeaway for me as a nurse and for fellow nurses and
Mhm.
students that are learning, I think compliance is not just about obedience. If a patient is not taking their meds or refusing their meds, we should ask why.
Right, exactly.
Maybe it's not because they're being difficult.
No.
Maybe they're in pain or maybe they're choosing a different quality of life.
Yeah.
Our job is to promote life and healthy living and not to force medications or
Right.
pills. And
Okay.
support the patient, help them find a path to health that they can actually live with.
Mhm. Well, another thing I could add too, if, you don't mind me saying, I have a couple of friends who are really great friends, and they're nurses, and they also, were just giving me advice on what to do, and then I looked up what they were saying, and it turned out to be very accurate. And, that helped with my decision and not to, take the statin besides all the literature I read about it. And so, yeah, I recommend anybody look into all the aspects of okay, they're giving me this secure, great, I'm going to feel great with this, but what's it going to cause in the longer term? And I did not like the
Yeah.
long term. So it's like, no,
Yeah. And
don't be
There's
afraid to ask. Based
there's
on.
a lot of research out there that it does cause all the side effects that you mentioned. And
Right.
I should find a research article and list it in the description.
Yeah.
How about, Mike, if listeners want to ask you more information or if they want to ask you more personal information, such as what was your cholesterol levels, if you could give them that. And then also when you do go and get your cholesterol rechecked,
Yeah.
has it gone up or has it gone down?
Yeah.
And what happened at that stage? Maybe if you could share your social media or contact information. So if listeners do want to contact you, if they have more questions
I-
or if they want to support you on your journey.
I'd be happy to give my email address. That'd be fine. Anybody can contact me anytime.
What is your email address? And I'll put it in the description.
It's letter M. Doesn't have to be capital. Letter M. Abramowitz, ABRAMOWITZ 46@gmail.com.
Perfect. Thank you, Mike. Thank
You're
you
welcome.
for sharing your health journey.
I'm glad to.
And If you enjoyed this episode of Trad Nurse, please hit subscribe and share. We are growing this community of traditional care one episode at a time. Until next time, stay grounded and stay healthy.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.